Alright. Welcome to Goof On, everybody. I'm your host, Rich Giordano. It is Sunday, November 2, 2025. And tonight, I went full civilian, not just subscribers, so we can give away 5 memberships tonight. 2 times. 10 memberships, not 5, but 10 memberships. Yeah.
Rich is laughing a rebel king. The cosmos chances we all say. They travel light years for the sound. Bass drum
Shake the alien ground. Alright, everybody. Thank you to Hellfire Orbital for that intro, outro. We're still looking for Perminoso, but that one will simply be around for now. And then it'll always be a part of Goof On. See? Always, forever. If we're allowed. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Tonight, we will be talking about that Area-51 crash. I can't believe I didn't even talk about it. What was I supposed to do? I can't believe AI made this. Really, I don't understand how. I mean, I know it does it, but if you told me this band made this song for you, Rich, I'd believe it. I don't know how you could tell the difference. I really don't. Somebody tell me the markers, please. Listen to that. I mean, the pipes on that AI guy, right? I mean, nice ending. And then it goes into this other song that I have no relationship with. We will be talking tonight about that Area-51 crash. But I got this from the not Benny Hill. I always want to say the Benny Hill. I can't remember. The Benny Show, whatever that is. I don't like how it's blurry. This isn't working. We need to worry. Yeah, we need to fix this for some reason. It's not working. I don't know why. I think the light's too bright in the back. I need to get another. If for some reason the remote doesn't work, I have to use another remote so I don't get to go through all the sequences that are the settings on the remote to give me lesser light. I got to get lucky and hopefully it'll just give me something less bright. Anyway, there's this triangular shaped tower. Now, I know Third Phase of Moon and I and Dark Hour and Doc Skinner did a mini documentary on this construction and this triangular tower. And for some reason, Benny's talking as if it's new. Not new. I'm really, unless it's another tower. But you know what I forgot? I should have gotten the one. Maybe I can find it while I play the video, the mini doco we did, because it shows it. Unless it's another one. My memory hasn't failed me that much that I wouldn't remember doing that. Yeah, that was a fun episode. 22 minutes of pure TV engagement. Huh? Hmm. Some things Elon Musk said. Promised. Did I talk about this the other day? I don't remember talking about this 2 days ago. I don't even remember 2 days ago. Oh, haha, Mick West. I've got so much to talk about. Let me just see who's here and then we'll get started. It doesn't matter what I did a couple of days ago because it's a moot. Yeah, I talked about this. Moot point. There's this thing underneath the Sphinx's toe. Remember that? They say things that they know will never be undone or found, explored. It makes me laugh. Just ha 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 ha. I've been doing this too long. That's right. I'm going to start standing on that 21 years of service to the UFO community. You're welcome. What did you give to the UFO community? Nothing. No. Absolutely nothing. You're right. No, you're right. Nothing. I haven't left my mark yet. We're working on it. Thank you for noticing. It's true. That's how I feel. And if I feel that way, it is that way. That should make people a little worried that don't like me and don't like that we tell the truth. Because everything we have heard coming from the establishment is not legit. Have you seen the Tic Tac yet? Oh, yeah, me neither. Huh. What have we seen? I can tell you what we were told we saw. Man, you want to go that route? Big circle. That was crop engagement type thing. Thanks, Lou. This 3-eye atlas. Now it's I'm just thinking. I'm like I get in deep thought and I forget where I'm at. Because I do this, I've been doing this for so long I feel comfortable enough to scratch my ass right here. The thing is, there's so much going on right now. It is unreal. If you really think about what's happening now. We'll talk about it all of it. Every single thing. Jason Semero. Yeah. We need an official Goof on Challenge coin. How would that work? I'm not sure what that means, to be honest. But welcome to the show, if you could let me know. Hey, Brooke is, huh? Welcome to the show. Good to see you. I'm reading Hush by M.D. Seelig. I bet. Hi, Kelly Lewis, because the IS is here. How you doing? Good to see you. The June J. Anjay, Angela Goofon. How you doing? Welcome to this show. Glenn Collins, what do you say there? How is everyone in them? Good to see you too. Welcome to this show. David Wilcox, not Wilcock. Welcome, sir. It's past 7 o'clock. Did you guys check your clocks? Make sure right now is 7:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. right? I hope it is. It is on my watch, and I know that AI took hold of my watch. So it changed. I was there when it happened. Was I awake? I think I fell asleep. I don't remember. Yeah, I fell asleep when it happened for like 30 minutes. And then I woke up and I'm like, wait a minute. I thought it was, is it, did it? And then I had to double check. Oh, it did. It happened. It was like 8 after. All right, PM McCorrick, welcome to this show. Slow Cran. I hope I always say that right. Good to see you. Welcome to the show. Dead Fish Cheese Spread. Welcome to the show. I hope you have your head. Brian Yates, welcome to the show. Metalhead. You understand? I said, welcome to the show. All right, if I didn't say your name, it doesn't mean I don't love you. Exactly. It means we have a lot of show to do. We're getting on it. There he is. Hey, Thor, that was funny. Thor's like, when are you going to say something funny? Every time I say your name, it gush. All right, let's get. It'll always be that way with us. Love you. There you go. For you. For you. Vafangul. Mm. Juicy fruit. You ready? Let's get started. I got so much. In this crash we're going to talk about. It is ridiculous. Ridiculous. It's so silly. Let's just go right into Bledsoe's idiocracy, is it? Is that how you say it? We'll start this way. Mick West. Oh, thank God there's a guy like Mick West that people actually listen to and don't ignore. Let me bring it up. I got to pull this up very quickly. This is amazing to me. Caught in a bullshit lie. And I love it. Love it. I believe Bledsoe is Satan's spawn. And I'm not even being a little bit funny there. That's not meant to be funny. I think the guy is playing a very dangerous game with everybody who is gullible and starts believing in his bullshit. Once they start believing in his bullshit, they are taken away from the truth. Where do they go to get it? Everything Bledsoe says, it's never been proven. Ever. And we've got an example right here of the bullshittery that goes on. I'm trying to make it dramatic. It's not working. All right, here we go. Let me bring it up. All right, let me just tell you what Mick West says about what you're about to see. He says, see the dark line at the 10 o'clock position. Let me just pull it up. Jesus, Miriam and Joseph. You see it? This is so stupid. Come on, man. Stop playing. No, the other. You see that? All right. Chris Bledsoe just posted a close-up of an orb that was stabilized by a videographer, person who does videos. Mick West says, see the dark line at the 10 o'clock position here. You see it in all the out-of-focus photos of lights that Bledsoe takes. That's because it's intrinsic to his camera and shows up in the bokeh. Do you remember Corbell's triangular shapes? Challenge him to show a video adjusting the focus. That is so unbelievable, Mick West. I think I forgive you for all the other things. Let's take a look. Yes. Now, he's got something in his casing or in the lens. And I've got something that does this too. This is kind of equivalent to looking for defects in a diamond. This is defects in a lens. They're If they're glass, there will be less impurities and very, very difficult to see if it's glass or plastic, which does make a big deal to me when doing an analysis on UFO footage. This is exactly what you would see in a camera that has this defect in the lens. Could be a hair, it could just be a crack, it could be a whole bunch of stuff. It could be the receipt on the inside. They could have put a VIN number in there. VIN number, so stupid. But anyway, that's Mick West doing what he do. Thank you for a very, very smart and I believe to be an accurate analysis. Because Bledsoe wants you to believe that there's something spiritualistic going on with that star. It's not right. And when he goes out of focus, which is what I say all the time, why does he show us the out of focus stuff and say, look at it, it's perfect, she's showing herself? No, you're showing us the impurities and imperfections that happen when you're out of focus just a little bit. It's a scam. It's the oldest trick in the book when it comes to fooling people. We've seen it with Jeff Woolwine and countless others out in the world. The guy who claimed he could summon UFOs did it. I forget his name. But it sucks because they water down. And, he does it like he had a legitimate experience a decade ago, whatever it was. And then his life must have gotten boring. He fell out of the limelight. Nobody was talking about him anymore. And then all of a sudden, I've been having these experiences and showing us half-ass footage that only the gullible or inexperienced would believe. It sucks. That's why I think people need me in this field, whether you love me or hate me. And look, I don't like me either. All right, it's a personality flaw. What do you want from me? All right, next. No, I don't. I love me, actually. All right. Hold on. I hear bells. Ah, Dorothy, you are so beautiful to me. Dorothy is dit.55 on X. Throwing down a Truthology for Ufology Rules comment along with a $2 support. Mucho gusto, generoso. Thank you, Dorothy, for being a continuing supporter. Just gave you a message with my eyes. Morse code. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention it. And I did. I just went on with the show. If you want to help support the Truthology for Ufology, all the links are in the show description. Super chat, super sticker, PayPal, Cash App, become a member, and that's just that. Would you believe that Avi Loeb would be rude to anybody in this field? Harvard, knows it all, kind of snobby when he talks. That cat swallowed the rat. Isn't that the one that smiled? The cat that swallowed the rat. As you walk in the room, the tail just gets sucked in at the last second. You're not sure what you saw. Maybe it was a rubber band. Maybe it wasn't. But the cat smiles as the tail goes down its throat. Can I help you, Ma? No, but are you okay? Doing great, Ma. Doing great. Just looking at the stars, Ma. Oh, okay. All right. Okay, Ma. Bye. Okay, Avi. Okay. You know, when Avi Loeb was a kid, that's how he acted. Why is our son so rude to me? He's not rude. He's just eccentric. I don't know. I fear for my life. Oh, Dorothy, you have nothing to worry about. He never smiles. Why is that? Yeah, you know, he doesn't smile. You know when he smiles? At funerals. I have noticed that. Our son is Satan. I'm just kidding. All right. So Avi Loeb was rude to Total Disclosure host. He belittled me. He belittled my girlfriend. Come on. Avi Loeb would never do such a thing. That guy is class A. Or what? That guy's a class act. And you know it. This isn't right. I don't like this. Picking on Avi Loeb like that. The things that he does for this community. Let's take a look at these people making such claims of anger. Could it be jealousy? Could it be that he just beat you in a debate? Who is this Ty Roberts?
But he was.
Holy shit, that's his voice? This is gonna be good. Hey, Rich. Oh my God, it's Tyler Glockner. Don't make fun of his voice. I never do that. That's not me. I'm serious. Don't do it. Don't worry, I won't do it. See? That's why I came here, you pricks. Go ahead, play it. Let me see. All right, here we go. Ty Roberts. I guess he was abused by Avi Loeb. Let's take a listen.
Like something was off. Like I could cut the fucking.
Like your volume? No, I can't. I can't do this. I just can't. Rich, grow up and just play it.
Tension in that car with a knife. And I just like looked over to him and I'm like, everything okay, buddy? And he's like,
This guy's going through puberty. And we're looking. No wonder why Avi Loeb was laughing. Like, what is he gonna tell this kid? Hey, you know Fruit Loops is spelled with 2 O's? Rick, it isn't. They spell it with fruit. It's UI. No, it's not. God. All right, let's go back a few seconds. I don't mean to interrupt. Yeah, this guy.
in that car with a knife. And I just like looked over to him and I'm like, everything okay, buddy? And he's like, dude, I have never been ripped into so hard in my life.
Prove it.
By anybody.
Prove it.
He just starts telling me how he could charge me $10,000 for an interview.
Guys, this doesn't seem right. Is his body language off? Is he lying? So far, I don't know this kid, but Jesus, he's pretty deceptive. Like, if somebody was that rude to me, I remember everything at this age still, right? He was rude to me. He told me my mother was a whore. He told me I sucked D, you know, and all this other stuff. You wouldn't stutter. Oh, by the way, let me think. Come on, man. You don't have to think. That's why I don't trust what I'm hearing from the squeaky Magoo.
Me $10,000 for an interview. How I offended him by picking him up myself. How about I mean, every single way this guy could belittle me, he belittled me. He said it was too hot in the car. Mind you, the heat was not on, and it was July. I had the AC on. The car was not hot.
All right. So maybe Avi Loeb had a bad. Ask him, did you have a bad flight? I don't understand the hostility. If there's anything I can do, I mean, that's what an adult does. You don't have to stand there and take the abuse, but there's ways to go around it. And one of those is, look, you're having this guy on your show, you go to pick him up, and he's ripping you down for it. I don't get that. Why? Why would he rip you for picking him up at the airport? Does this make any sense? Do you think he'd be happy? Wow, I get to talk to the man who's going to ask me questions. We could do this right now, even. Have some fun. I think Avi Loeb was tired from traveling, heard this kid talk, and said, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I can't be with this kid for more than 5 minutes. I would have acted the same way, Avi. Let's give Avi let's give him a break for a minute now. Let's see what happens. I'm kidding, of course. Maybe I'm not. Maybe the kid was loud and obnoxious. Avi, how you doing? Wow, it's great to see you. Wow. Bouncing off the walls. Maybe the kid was too much energy. It doesn't seem like he has any experience around people, like, I wouldn't say celebrities, but Avi Loeb could be a celebrity in our field. So yeah, maybe he's not too familiar with how to act. It's tough when you're young. Even when I didn't know how to act. I mean, I'm like, I'm just being me. That's all you can do. Hey, how you doing? Be nice. People just want you to be nice. Let's listen.
For anyone who wants to ask, it was not hot. And he's like freaking out. Then the GPS is telling me to go.
Now, this is very bad to rip him on your podcast.
One way. He doesn't like the way that I go. And he rips into me about that. He doesn't stop yelling at me until I pull in the driveway.
But I like the moxie. I like that this kid doesn't give a shit. I'm excited at what I'm hearing. I'm actually enjoying every word.
We were, then I had already texted Jess, my girlfriend, and I had warned her I did something I usually don't do. I texted at a red light and I said, okay. Something's wrong with him today. I don't know what it is.
He's crazy anyway. That's Avi Loeb. Oh, there's a rock coming into our solar system and it is an alien. Like, who says that? Only one guy said it on the whole planet. Avi Loeb. You'd think you're going to have a normal conversation with this guy.
It is, but he's freaking out. I was like, you need to have everything ready to go when I get there. The text never made it to her. So everything wasn't ready to go when I got here. And he sat in this chair. And we got up the stairs. He asked me where the bathroom was. He went into the bathroom, came out here, belittled me and my girlfriend.
Oh, that's sad, actually.
And I'm not gonna get into like the details, like specifics about the things I am not going to release that episode. First of all, you can see that I'm fucking shaken. Like,
hey, I believe him. I was just being a dick in the beginning because, people exaggerate, but he wouldn't go online and post all this if it wasn't true. This is damning. Did I just say damning? I am so sorry. It's damning information to say something, even if you experienced it this way. You are now blowing the relationship. You'll never speak to Avi Loeb again. That's what you just did. Anybody associated with Avi Loeb, and look, other people who talk to you behind the scenes may never tell you anything again. They're going to be afraid. I've lived through this because I'm so boisterous and I say what's on my mind. You're going to alienate yourself and nobody's going to want to talk to you. Now, I'm not saying I can't get a guest. I can get a guest, right? But if they look into my channel, I can tell in the first 5 minutes of that interview, they're cautious, even defensive, and I haven't even done anything. So it's a fine line that this he's risking it all, pretty much, speaking his mind about somebody who is really loved in this field for whatever reason. Maybe because of the effort, maybe because of his smile, maybe because he's trying at least to get us thinking another way.
Like, I'm not scared of Avi Loeb. I would punch that guy in his mouth.
What? What are you saying that for? Oh my God. This is amazing.
And I would put him through a wall if I needed to. But
that's something I would say. This is crazy. Avi Loeb never made a threat. When I said what I said, Lou Elizondo said maybe we should take them out behind the barn, and beat it out of them or into them, the truth as they see it. It's totally different context. I can't believe he just said that. Avi Loeb isn't a fighter. He's a lover.
Way he was acting, if I was a woman, if I was someone else, they might have been.
Wait. What do you mean if I was a woman? How do you identify, sir? No, I'm joking. I'm going to rewind a few seconds because I overtalked.
I am not going to release that episode. First of all, you can see that I'm fucking shaken. Like, I'm not scared of Avi Loeb. I would punch that guy in his mouth, and I would put him through a wall if I needed to. But
bad.
The way he was acting, if I was a woman, if I was someone else, they might have been timid and they might have been fearful. That's the way he was acting. And you can...
a lot of people, and I have to say it, have worked with Greer and said the same thing about Greer. They fear, it's like he talks down to you, but I don't think he means it. They want things a certain way. They know what works for them, and they know what kind of personality is going to screw it up. And the kid already screwed up when that text message didn't get to his girlfriend to be ready. He said, oh, the text didn't go through. Bullshit. You forgot to send it. You're not owning up to your man shit. See, if he would have said, look, we just ran out of time, we forgot, that would be so respectful and truthful instead of saying the text never got there. Everybody here knows that's a rarity nowadays. It's a rarity. So, there's that.
See it in my eyes during the whole interview. Something's wrong. And mind you, in the interview, he tells me that 3i Atlas is definitely a natural object, but how he needs $1 billion from Congress. And I promise this, I promise, as soon as each camera I hit record on each camera and said, we're live, he fucking went into interview mode and acted like nothing happened. End of the interview, 1 hour and 7 minutes in, he says, he like points at his watch, and I had already texted Jess to have a car out there at that exact minute. So he just got up, walked out to the front of the driveway, didn't even say bye, walked out,
wow.
Got in the Uber and left.
So Avi Loeb is a drama queen. This is the first I've ever heard Avi Loeb acting this way. Something happened that he didn't like and didn't trust this kid. Seems like he's a responsible kid. Doesn't seem like he would, want to screw over Avi Loeb or anything like that. Something got into Avi Loeb's head and he couldn't get it out that this kid was against him. But he shouldn't be saying, yeah, I could beat the Shiite Muslim out of Avi Loeb if I had to. We all could, all right? It's not like, he's a Harvard, professor. He looks through telescopes and He's trying to, I don't know, make us think out. I get it. I get the Avi Loeb aura. I get his very essence of what he's trying to do. And I think we all appreciate Avi Loeb doing what he's doing. But I don't know. For some reason, I don't see anything wrong with it anymore. I just. But to go to aliens because of an interstellar rock, why can't this guy just say, all right, until further notice, this thing is acting strange. We don't know what's outside of the solar system in interstellar space. We don't know the rocks out there. We can't see them all. Why can't he just say that? But he didn't. He went with alien. And nobody else did. Nobody. He's on an island all by himself. Yeah, sure, there are a couple of other astronomers, maybe even, the casual observer. Just, yeah, maybe you're right. Or maybe he is. Maybe he is. But I think it's too soon to say. He said it almost instantly. As soon as he saw something weird, he went to the alien. So it's weird. And this is what I'm going to tell you right now. These are the odd moves that happen. I'm going to show you right now. Perfect timing. Let me entertain you with the truth. Who's this guy? Hey, metalhead. Oh, I did? No. Hold on, brother. I'm sorry, metalhead. Metalhead is a continuing supporter of Goof on 2. Let me check, man. I'm sorry. Just to make sure. Let's see if it came through. So that we've known that to happen. My head has been hurting on and off all day. My own voice talking actually makes my own head hurt. What was I doing? Oh, hold on. I'm looking for earnings. Here we go. Supers. Oh, you did? Oh, no. Oh, I did miss it. I'm sorry, man. All right. So I missed No, I got Dorothy, thank you. And I got Metalhead's second one, which was you missed my first one, which is Bledsoe is a fraud for $5. No, I did say something. I did. I actually did. Yeah, I did say something. I remember saying the $5. That's why. Maybe you missed it when I said it. Look, bro, hold on. But I don't remember saying Bledsoe is a fraud, so you're right. I probably didn't. Dude, that's so weird. Thank you very much, bro. I appreciate it. I'm sorry I missed it. Thank you. And Dorothy, thanks again for throwing it down. Another $2. And now that one's gone. Isn't that weird? There's Metalhead's recent one. So bizarre. Thank you, everybody. All right. Oh, yeah. I was showing you early data from astronomers suggest that Atlas, I'm calling it, may have shown a non-natural acceleration at the perihelion, maneuvering away from the sun while mysteriously brightening. Yeah, it confirmed it would defy every known natural explanation. Hold on, I got it right here. Why did I not do? Oh, I see why. Man, I don't understand why this is happening now. All right, put me in there. There we go. Yeah, it confirmed it would defy Bob what I just said. Sure, natural explanations exist, but they're astronomically unlikely. Stack those odds on top of its already bizarre path and behavior, and we're left with only two possibilities. One, the most statistically impossible string of cosmic coincidences ever. Or two, it's artificial, intelligently guided. What? Occam's razor cuts clean when every natural theory collapses under its own improbability. The simplest explanation, no matter how extraordinary, becomes the most logical. Eyes up, skies alive this November. So you would have to believe, without any proof, that this is an alien, that you would have to believe this is an alien craft, is why it's maneuvering the way it's maneuvering. The one weird thing that I loved about this was the way it came in, and then you know how you usually see the exhaust of the ice and the dust and all that go behind it? Something plumed out in front of it. The opposite way. So they're thinking, "Oh my God, it wants to slow down." So it fired its engines the opposite direction. Makes sense to me. Makes sense to me. Did it slow down? No, it didn't. No, it didn't. But it did apparently accelerate and change its projected path. So it is acting awfully strange, and it's propelling away from the sun faster. It's bizarre. It really is. The whole thing is bizarre. But are we to believe everything they're telling us? Yeah, because it's being corroborated by other astronomers around the world. So we have no choice in this one. The only thing we have a choice on is believing what they're telling us, or your lying eyes. So let's go into it a little deeper. Hold on. So this is a post from Homeland Security in the US. Let me pull it up. They say, well, no need to pull it up. I'll read it. Probability that 3i Atlas is an alien spacecraft or mothership is growing after it activated its braking thrusters, changed course, and became extremely bright blue. I will show you this. This blue is phenomenal and very bright. And this is from Homeland Security, my peeps. Look at this, huh? Unreal, really. Just gorgeous. I have no explanation. It's really cool, though. Really cool. Good stuff. So, you know, it's unique in a lot of ways, and people see it, and everybody knows we're still waiting. We don't know yet if there's an alien in there, or it's alien projected, or if it's an alien drone, or if it's a projected mothership. Projected? Projected. If it's I don't know. But Rose Cuckold says the real disclosure may be playing out in Hollywood. He's so amazing the way he comes up with stuff. He says, it says here, this is from Skywatch Signal at UAP Watchers on X. Ross just touched on one of the most overlooked parts of the UFO story, the cinematic conditioning of the public. For over 50 years, more than that, movies have primed us for contact, always through a threat narrative. Yep. Why is that? You guys know why? How about E.T.? Did E.T. come here and threaten anybody? Nope. Nope. E.T. brought us together, got us to the movies, got us to think about buying chocolates and getting diabetes into the family bloodline. I'm joking. E.T. was it was about connecting with something unfamiliar, even if it's otherworldly. We as humans are special. And that movie touched on psionics, believe it or not, the psychology of it all, and the psychic qualities that come with being abducted or visitation. E.T., if you think about it, was living with them for a few days. And you remember it was picking up on their vibes. He was at school and he was getting drunk because E.T. was drinking, and then he was eating and he started burping at school and all that. So there are so many things that Hollywood does. It's true. You can't argue with the way we are being primed. It is amazing. Star Trek started it all. Well, Buck Rogers, if you really want to get it, and believe it or not, they focused on the kids when I was growing up, actually before, with the Jetsons. And the Jetsons, I don't know if you've ever seen Cat Williams's stand-up routine, but he talks about everything the Jetsons did, we do now, motherfucker. Right? Right? We've got flying cars. We can talk to each other with our phones. We can do it all pretty much, right? We just don't have the teleportation down yet. Let me see what Rose is saying here. So, the real disclosure may be playing out in Hollywood. This is nothing new, as I've just told you. Ross has touched on one of the most overlooked parts in the UFO story, the cinematic conditioning of the public. Yep, and I just said all that. However, Cuckold points out that this pattern isn't accidental. Many films, especially those granted access to Pentagon hardware, were required to align with military messaging in exchange for resources. How does he know? Give me a break, this guy. You're just talking out your asshole. The CIA even had a Hollywood liaison who once claimed to have seen classified Roswell documents confirming a non-human event before vanishing from public view. He adds, maybe it's not us they're worried about. Maybe they're trying to preserve the planet itself. He adds, maybe it's not us they're worried about. Maybe they're just trying to preserve the planet itself. Let's play a clip, shall we?
Why does it seem that for over 50 years, the media, including movies and entertainment, have been slowly exposing us to the concept of aliens, largely a threat narrative, and some whistleblowers have come forward with the same narrative, yet the government and military-industrial complex had numerous opportunities to come forward based on this longstanding preparation, but hasn't come clean? Do you think it is that the news would be a shock to civilization, or more that it would disrupt special interests in energy and control that some don't want to give up? Also, tell Megan she is the best ever, especially with Bigfoot. Will in Texas. Thank you.
Look, yeah, I mean, you're right. The threat narrative has been a consistent theme in Hollywood. Aliens as threat. And it goes right back to the 40s and the 50s when the first Alien movies started coming. But there are the odd exceptions, notably Steven Spielberg. And I'm really looking forward to Steven Spielberg's imminent movie. I'm told it's going to be very interesting. Let's not forget also that David Grush has been an advisor, it's been reported, on a future Jerry Bruckheimer film that's going to be investigating the covert cover-up inside government and private aerospace. So there are some great movies.
We'll see if
coming.
it comes out.
But yes, you're right. There is a Hollywood threat narrative, and yes, there is an argument in ufology that the threat narrative is wrong and that most non-human intelligence engagements or encounters by humans have been benevolent and friendly. But not all of them. I mean, I keep on thinking of the Colares incidents in Brazil, where people were in fact killed or maimed with some kind of beam weapon. There have been incidents where there's been malevolence or, at the very least, indifference by a non human intelligence reportedly towards human beings. What do I favour? I guess I'm hoping that a non human intelligence is benevolent, kind, and probably interested in our future survival. Or maybe what they're interested in is preserving our planet. Maybe it's not us they're worried about, it's what we're doing to our planet. Maybe there's something special about Earth that they're trying to preserve. Whatever it is, I do think, I agree. I mean, I think there's definitely been a threat narrative pushed in Hollywood. And this isn't to be dismissed because many Hollywood movies are influenced directly by the Pentagon. They've literally had people who, in return for the use of Pentagon resources, will give you a Huey chopper if you push this particular line in your movie. That's been a consistent way that Hollywood has been controlled and influenced by the Pentagon and by the intelligence community. And there is some great books that you can read that talk about the way that Hollywood has been influenced by particularly the CIA. And what's quite interesting is the guy at the CIA who was involved in doing that liaison with Hollywood actually talked quite openly about how, while he was working in the CIA, he stumbled across documents that verified, I think, the Roswell incident as being a non-human intelligence event. He somehow disappeared from public sight.
No, he didn't. I never heard that story before. Who? Who's the guy? Did he say who it was?
That talk about the way that Hollywood has been influenced.
Hold on.
It's been a consistent way that Hollywood has been controlled and influenced by the Pentagon and by the intelligence community. And there is some great books that you can read that talk about the way that Hollywood has been influenced by particularly the CIA. And what's quite interesting is the guy at the CIA who was involved in doing that liaison with Hollywood actually talked quite openly about how, while he was working in the CIA, he stumbled across documents that verified, I think, the Roswell incident as.
Did you hear how he gave us that information? A guy who apparently was working for the CIA came across some documents with just happened to be the Roswell incident. He could have picked anything else, right? But he goes for Roswell. Why? Because the stupid people will be like, oh, yeah, Roswell. That makes sense. If he would have said something like, oh, the Sputnik incident, they would have been, there was a UFO and what's a Sputnik? Nobody would know. So he goes with the most popular one because that's Rose Cuckold.
Being a non-human intelligence event. He somehow disappeared from public sight. I hope he's all right.
I hope he's all right. He's such an ass. Doesn't anybody see that? Doesn't anybody get it? Oh, man alive. What's going on in this field? When Rose Cuckold is like, the source for stories. Come on, man. This can't be happening to it. This can't be. Because I got more to show you. Hold on. Let me show you this. It hurts. It really does. I promise. It hurts. All right. I'm fine now. Is the sun... No, wait. Is Atlas nudging towards Earth now? Here we go. Avi Loeb on October 29th confirms 0.02 millimeters per second squared. The perihelion kick is 1,000 times stronger than the pre-sun limit. No gas cloud equals not natural. Number 2, 50 days. On December 19th, there'll be an Earth flyby. 0.02 millimeters per second squared at 50 days equals 86 ms. Do you know what this means? Because I don't. No idea. I have no idea. On October 3rd, caught at 1.4 gigahertz pings at Mars. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But is it nudging towards Earth? Well, now that we have that to worry about, my peeps, there's another thing that just started happening. This is unbelievable. I can't believe this is happening today. The sun. Is the sun under attack? Oh my God, it is. Mysterious object was spotted near the sun, captured by Soho's LASCO C3. It almost looks like a battle unfolding in space, or perhaps an attempt to keep the dying sun alive? Our sun is dying? It's dying. It's only what? 4 billion years old? Don't we have another 6 to go? It ain't dying yet, Pocahontas. Unless I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Like I said, I'm not an astronomer. Let me show you this, because this is weird. I know what I'm looking at here. Check this out. It does. I don't understand it. I've never seen it look like this before. Have you? Have you? I'm asking.
This happened on the 26th around the sun. You can see all these UFOs.
Look at that.
There is a battle going on.
Now, this, from what I understand, is electromagnetic energy detection, like, bouncing back and forth between, it's like atoms, I think, or something like that. No, I don't know.
In the sky up there. And
pretty
there's
weird.
another different product that it showed up on too. You can see it right here. Soho LASCO C3.
Look at that. Hey, where?
And let's go backwards a little bit. You can see there's like UFO activity. You can see one up here also. And here's the cylinder that was coming down out of the sky. Let's look at that. This is just the highlights. Unless you want to go watch a 42-minute video, this is your highlights. And a little bit more. These are consecutive round spheres, one behind the other, headed toward, I guess, Earth. I don't know where else they'll go other than Earth, but you can see there's one behind the other.
I don't get
1,
it.
2, 3, 4, 5,
What is that? Really? That is amazing.
6, 7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Is that right? Is that what she did?
This is just the highlights. Unless you want to go watch a 42-minute video, this is your highlights.
Yo, 42.
And a little bit more. These are consecutive round spheres, one behind the other, headed toward,
Oh, I see
guess,
it. Oh, no. Look at that. 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah. They go right there. I don't know. That could just be some bull.
Earth. I don't know where else they'll go
It's
other than
bull.
Earth, but you can see there's one behind the other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
I
7.
don't know, lady.
Let's
She's
see if I got
crazy.
any other images.
Ooh,
Here's
look at it.
this also picking it up right here.
Look at
This-
that. Look at that. It's so weird. Our little solar system is just unique. Can't we just let it go? We don't need to know the inner workings of our solar system so we can destroy it. Am I right? Because that's what us humans do. We humans, we destroy so we could understand, to rebuild better than it's ever been before, faster than the crash that happened at Area 51. Are you ready for this? This is amazing. This is amazing. This is amazing. You've got to see this crazy, absolutely nutty video. I love this job. I do. Wait. It's not playing. Please refresh. Hold on, here we go. Okay. But this isn't it. But it is. This isn't the Benny show. This is the news, but that's okay. I think I got Benny right here. Here, take a look.
Object of unknown origin that fell from the sky and crashed just near Area 51. And tonight, the public is still in the dark.
So that crash was quickly covered up, both literally and figuratively. 8 News Now Chief Investigator George Knapp thinks the official story, as told by the military, is false.
And we are lucky because George joins us here in the studio with more on what he's now dug up. George.
Come on, George.
Well, how quickly might the government respond to a crash of an unknown object? What happened back on September 23rd on public land outside the boundary of Area 51 is a textbook example of how crash retrievals work. And to no one's surprise, pretty much everything told to the public since then is pure fiction.
You can see this in F-18.
Scanners and computers inside this room listen to and record radio traffic inside Area 51 round the clock. On the morning of September 23rd, York Arnu heard some astonishing news.
Had my cup of coffee and I'm listening to Area 51 security, and all of a sudden they get very serious. Locked down the base.
Arnu learned there'd been a large but totally secret air operation in the middle of the night and that something had gone wrong.
So we just had an asset go down. We had an asset go down. This is not Creech security, this is Area 51 security. And they had an asset go down. And then the next thing.
I found the other video. Look at this.
Aircraft with ordnance. He picked up details about strict security measures which were implemented almost immediately.
Wow.
Not only was Area 51 itself locked down, but within a very short time, so too was a large swath of the Tikaboo Valley.
Yep.
It became clear that some kind of craft had crashed miles outside of Area 51's boundaries on public land adjacent to Highway 375, also known as the ET Highway. Arnu jumped in his truck and headed south from his home in Rachel. But while driving on what's known as Mailbox Road, he ran into an armed patrol.
They had the gun in front of them, not pointed at me, but very visibly in front of them. And it was clear they meant business.
He backtracked and headed south on the ET Highway to Groom Lake Road, the main entrance to the base. It, too, was blocked off by sheriff's deputies and military security. A military helicopter with an attached basket was sitting there, presumably ready to haul out wreckage of something. A pair of porta potties suggested the team planned to be there for a while.
Almost the entire Tikaboo Valley was shut down.
At the Little Ailey Inn in Rachel, employees were in the dark about a crash, but saw the beefed-up security at closed-off road.
This is unbelievable. They had porta potties out there. You guys are going to be here for a month. You know what I mean?
And knew something big was unfolding. Crashes are not an everyday occurrence out here, but locals have seen plenty of them over the decades.
If this thing would have crashed anywhere in restricted airspace, in restricted area, we would have never known about it.
After being turned away from the presumed crash site, Arnu and the aerospace sleuths on his website, dreamlandresort.com, began gathering and sharing bits and pieces of information. The FAA had ordered the closure of airspace over a particular spot in the valley.
There's no closed caption off of X, but the next video I'll have closed caption. Sorry.
That was a big clue. Then 4 days after the crash, the security teams vanished. Arnu went back out for a look. The Air Force had used heavy equipment to plow a dirt road across a section of desert. Arnu followed it and found what he thought was the crash site, then shared it online. That's when things got strange, even by Area 51 standards. A second wave of cleanup crews descended on the site, presumably to pick up any remaining debris, but they also used graders to cover the entire area with a thick layer of dirt, literally a cover-up. Creech Air Force.
Now, if something was military and crashed in the desert where the public could get access to it, yes, they're going to cover up anything that could be hazardous to our health, right? Whatever toxins are being used to move that, propel it, or whatever, you don't know what type of technology it's being run by or powered by or propelled by. So I get it. Doesn't mean it's a UFO.
Space, which is home to a fleet of Reaper drones. Drones and other UAVs issued a statement explaining that the, quote, unmanned aircraft was one of theirs. The same statement claimed someone had been
All right. Watch this.
staging area, not the crash.
He goes back out.
Arno drove back out and realized the site he first videotaped was a staging area, not the crash site.
Unreal.
200 yards away, the telltale burn marks on Joshua trees indicated this was where the object slammed into the earth. Both he and another aerospace explorer found pieces of who knows what, debris that came from something other than a drone, seemingly planted to confuse anyone who came looking. But they also found pieces under the dirt that are likely the real thing.
I'm pretty sure that this piece came off the actual aircraft.
Arnu, who was at the site of a genuine Reaper crash years earlier, says there's no way the Air Force could ever recover every piece of a crashed aircraft. So they added some dirt and sprinkled in some misdirection instead.
If I were them, I would probably do just that.
Of course you would. All right. Now here's the other one.
What's this? What is what? He asked you a question. What is that?
We come in peace.
Uh-huh.
We come in peace. We come.
He says it is a government psyop and we should destroy it.
There's
What's up, guys? Benny. It's no secret that the sightings of UFOs has skyrocketed in the past couple of years. Maybe this is just because technology and people can communicate better. Maybe it's because people can film things with their cell phones, or maybe people are just doing more drugs. I don't think so. I mean, I honestly, I don't know. I just know that they're real, right? I just know that something's out there, and also that the government is lying to us, obviously. Pentagon baffled by 8,000 mysterious UFO orbs hovering over U.S. military bases.
8,000?
Don't worry, just orbs everywhere, hovering over every military base in America.
8,000?
Nice little map to show sort of a heat index as to where the UFOs are being spotted. You can see they must really like California. That's why I do say some drug use is probably involved here. But also, Area 51 in Nevada has been seeing a couple of major upgrades here. Mysterious new massive tower spotted at Area 51 could be alien technology, according to conspiracy theorists. What is this massive new tower? Well, the satellite imagery shows this. Some type of massive triangular pyramid-style radar, potentially? Curious minds couldn't figure out what this was. On some type of massive cement base there, obviously in the famous Area 51, the secret Air Force base that is rumored to house very secretive technology. Let's just say that. Some jokingly referred to it as a Toblerone trade center, or a new version of Jenga. Let's read. Online conspiracy theories. Out of this world, a mysterious triangular tower has been discovered in the secret of Area 51. Social media users saying that the structure is alien technology. Let's go ahead and... Now, something interesting has happened on Area 51 that is making more headlines. This tower was spotted a couple months ago. And now there's been a big crash in Area 51. As very strange, the entire base was on lockdown, and the responses from those locals who investigate things like this have been pretty stunning. Something crashed on Area 51, and it caused a huge lockdown of the entire area. The government went and swept the area and allegedly buried debris, or perhaps added different debris to the crash site. It's very strange, and it's comes with some mysterious audio, too. Area 51 completely locked down after mysterious object crash, ultra-secret base. Top secret military aircraft crash in iconic Area 51. Government accused of covering up the details. Mystery object went down on September 23rd, just outside of the boundaries of the famous base, 120 miles northwest of Las Vegas. Happened on public land, known as the ET Highway, popular destination for UFO enthusiasts. New details and audio have since emerged, suggesting a massive overnight operation to sweep and cover up the crash. According to George Knapp, an investigative journalist and UFO expert, the official story for the military is pure fiction. Knapp revealed that he spoke with a longtime Area 51 observer who monitors radio traffic for the base. The morning of the crash, he heard a chilling transmission. All foot patrols be advised, there's an unmanned aircraft with ordnance. This means a drone, some type of unmanned vehicle that has the capacity to do some real damage. And ordnance could be a bomb, could be a nuke, could be just something that is quite dangerous. It is unclear whether the message referred to the drone that crashed or was monitoring the crash site, but they believe something went seriously wrong in a secret nighttime air operation. Security forces quickly locked down the entire valley, the Area 51 valley, and armed patrols blocked all the roads. Military helicopter with a cargo basket was seen recovering debris. The entire valley was shut down.
Okay, check this out. Now, this is unbelievable. A couple of years back, I think it was in 2010 or 12. I'll have to look at the video logs and my in my notebooks, but there was a light in a tree across from where my parents lived that kept getting brighter every day for a week, and they noticed it in the summertime when they moved there that this light was in this tree. I go online, I look at the satellite, there's nothing I can tell, it's just desert rocks and trees. Well, I get a call at 3:15 in the middle of the night, and I'm 42 miles away from my parents, and they're like, we've got Chinook helicopters and the Army, or I don't know what, they're making sure everybody's staying in the homes. They're pulling that light out of the ground. And they're putting it in some sort of case, my dad said, like a big iron hook or something, and it's in a case. That's what he said. He says there were 3 Chinook helicopters, and he knows his helicopters. All the neighbors came out. What did they take out of the ground at 3:15 in the morning? It's amazing. No, they didn't even think of taking their camera out. I'm like, you think of calling me? Well, the reason he called because the helicopter went south towards my direction. So in their mind, they're like, oh, they're going to the Tucson Air Force Base or Tucson Military Base, whatever. And that's on past my house. Well, nothing ever showed. Nothing ever came by. But how weird is that? I have the satellites. I have that on video, that light. Yeah, it was bizarre. Kept getting brighter every day. But anyway, these weird things are... And the reason I tell you that story, because there's nothing unusual about seeing a new tower being put up at Area 51. There's nothing unusual about lights seen at Area 51. There's nothing unusual about any military or unknowns crashing in the desert near Area 51. Why we have to say everything is alien? It's frustrating. And there's nothing that leans towards that. But what the hell is going on that they had to come out at 3 in the morning to pull that out of the ground? Not only that, I've heard of other places around the world with similar stories. The weird thing is, like, I'm in this field for 21 years at the time, 10, 11, 12 years at the time. But why where my parents live, of all people? Why would it be by me? I always wonder, like, is it for me to investigate? Are some of us directed subconsciously to the areas of truth? And that's what compels us to keep doing what I do or what we do. It's not normal, guys. Usually I'm bored. I get bored of something and I move on. I have never once, I've been, nothing's happening, but I still love doing this, talking about it, figuring out who the players are, the liars, everything.
100 square miles. Yikes. Days later, they found a newly plowed dirt road in what appeared to be a staging area. The crash site
You're going to hear some of the same stuff.
Was also burned.
But he's got a little more to show us.
You can see here, ladies and gentlemen, what was the unknown crash around Area 51 that caused the government to shut down the entire massive desert valley.
Yep.
Here's photos of the helicopter recovering the debris. What was it? Well, ladies and gentlemen, here's the local news report. A really good report at that.
Unmanned aircraft.
We saw
with
this.
ordnance.
He picked up details about strict security measures
It's
which
okay
were
to hear it
implemented
again.
almost immediately. Not only was Area 51 itself locked down, but within a very short time, so too was a large swath of the Tikaboo Valley. It became clear that some kind of craft had crashed miles outside of Area 51's boundaries on public land adjacent to Highway 375, also known as the ET Highway. Arnu jumped in his truck and headed south from his home in Rachel. But while driving on what's known as Mailbox Road, he ran into an armed patrol.
They had the gun in front of them, not pointed at me, but very visibly in front of them. And it was clear they meant business.
He backtracked and headed south on the ET Highway to Groom Lake Road, the main entrance to the base. It, too, was blocked off by sheriff's deputies and military security. A military helicopter with an attached basket was sitting there, presumably ready to haul out wreckage of something. A pair of porta-potties suggested the team planned to be there for a while.
Almost the entire Tikaboo Valley was shut down.
At the Little Ailey Inn in Rachel, employees were in the dark about a crash, but saw the beefed-up security at closed-off roads and knew something big was unfolding. Crashes are not an everyday occurrence out here, but locals have seen plenty of them over the decades.
If this thing would have crashed anywhere in restricted airspace, in restricted area, we would have never known about it.
After being turned away from the presumed crash site, Arnu and the aerospace sleuths on his website, dreamlandresort.com, began gathering and sharing bits and pieces of information. The FAA had ordered the closure of airspace over a particular spot in the valley. That was a big clue. Then 4 days after the crash, the security teams vanished. Arnu went back out for a look. The Air Force had used heavy equipment to plow a dirt road across a section of desert. Arnu followed it and found what he thought was the crash site, then shared it online. That's when things got strange, even by Area 51 standards. A second wave of cleanup crews descended on the site, presumably to pick up any remaining debris, but they also used graders to cover the entire area with a thick layer of dirt, literally a cover-up. Creech Air Force Base, which is home to a fleet of Reaper drones and other UAVs, issued a statement explaining that the, quote, unmanned aircraft was one of theirs. The same statement claimed someone had been tampering with the crash site and had scattered assorted pieces from other aircraft, along with an inert training bomb. The Air Force said the FBI was investigating this alleged tampering at the site. Arnu was amused but not convinced.
The only thing they could get that person for is littering on public land.
That's the story, is it came from Creech and now the FBI is investigating. You think that's bogus?
That's absolutely bogus. I think that was designed to make people not go there.
Arnu drove back out and realized the site he first videotaped was a staging area, not the crash site. 200 yards away, the telltale burn marks on Joshua trees indicated this was where the object slammed into the earth. Both he and another aerospace explorer found pieces of who knows what, debris that came from something other than a drone, seemingly planted to confuse anyone who came looking. But they also found pieces under the dirt that are likely the real thing.
I'm pretty sure that this piece came off the actual aircraft.
Arnu, who was at the site of a genuine Reaper crash years earlier, says there's no way the Air Force could ever recover every piece of a crashed aircraft. So they added some dirt and sprinkled in some misdirection instead.
If I were them, I would probably do just that.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. Way to go for News Now. 8 unknown objects crashed near Area 51 fuel cover-up claims. That's a great report, great local reporting. So good for stuff like this. Anatomy of a crash retrieval. Mysterious object crashes around Area 51. U.S. Air Force teams sprung into action and locked down the entire valley. Everything told to the public is false. Ooh. They built a brand new road overnight. See, the government can do things if they have the right motivation. Motivation is always keeping secrets from us, lying to us. Mystery object fell from the sky. Public is still in the dark. Some debris unearthed of the unidentified aircraft crash. What does that look like to you? That's an interesting one. What could it be? Mysterious crash at Area 51 still gets weirder. Entire airspace shut down. Unknown materials found. Cleanup. Unknown.
Well, that's what's happened. And, that was a couple of days ago, whatever, but we never went over it. We never talked about it. And it's just something to keep our eye on, because you can't trust, even if you don't hear it. Why aren't they talking about it? Like, it wasn't even a thing in the media. Really, it wasn't. And I want to bring this up. If there was an alien ship that happened to land, they would literally stop any car from getting close. You wouldn't even be able to see anything. I'm telling you. Nowadays, if it's real alien stuff, this was probably just a drone. Nothing major, just some sort of drone. They just, they got to clean it up, just business as usual, right? So it is what it is. And then I wonder, because some of you have told me about ringing in your ears and fatigue. I've had that all day today. It was so bad. I normally never talk about the ringing. And why? Because I think it has to do with a little bit of high blood pressure. Like when you stand up or sit down very quickly, the blood flows to your head and you can literally hear it flowing, and then maybe it turns into a high pitch. I don't know. But I'll just be sitting there, even during the show, and you'll see me go, my God, that hurts. And I understand. When you get older, your body breaks down, and there is tinnitus that is it's everywhere. Like, it seems like just about half of the people who get over, make it past 60, eventually will go through this ringing in their ears. Maybe some not so severe, but half? I'm like, man, I've already got it. I could tell, I'm like, but, why does it make me so tired? And then I checked my blood sugar, and it was really high, almost triple what it should be. I'm like, oh, high blood pressure, high glucose. I almost died. Okay. Not. Sometimes my blood sugar, my blood pressure, everything's perfect. And I wasn't standing or sitting very quickly. I was just in my chair, comatose. And then out of nowhere, and the pitch is so loud. This has been going on for me that I know of since 2006. And the reason I know it's 2006 because that's when I had the experience. I'll be in your head before you wake up. And I had the beam, waking up to the beam and the high pitch in the ear. It sounded like a drill, like a laser drill was going in my freaking head. I look up, I follow it back into the hand of an alien, and da-da-da-da-da. What happened? 3 days later, I'll be in your head before you wake up. Why is this happening to me? So, there's got to be something behind it. Well, anyone else feeling this? Because that's what The flat earther wants to know. The flat earther. Why'd I even say that? I just ruined all credibility for the story. But he says, why am I exhausted? Is anybody else feeling this? I'm exhausted. I haven't slept. And my ears, and maybe even one, but my ears today are ringing like crazy with a non-stop high frequency pitch. It can't just be me. No, sorry, it isn't. It isn't. So what is it? It's the Earth frequency, right? Isn't that what it is? Because I looked this up as I'm sitting here, right? This guy posted this. Let me show you what's posted because I thought we were going to get a lot of information. It's why I started talking about it. And I like to be excited about something I haven't read yet. And I like to give you a genuine reaction. And you started getting that. And then I looked this up and this is it. This is the story. Nothing else. What are we doing here? Why is this? Is this the Schumann resonance? Like, what's this? November 2nd. Okay, no, it's not February 2nd. It's today. It's the wrong way to do it. That's how they do things in Europe, I guess. But and yeah, so that's what this is. And that's typical of a flat earther trying to come up with evidence. They just never get it to you. Thank you. Well, I have to show you this. This is absolutely amazing what I'm about to show you. I can't believe this is real. China has an underwater jellyfish ghost drone. It's controlled by AI that can spy without being detected, according to Chinese state media. This comes after a week of after news of thousands and thousands of unidentified submerged objects lurking off America's coasts. It's not Halloween. You got to see this. This is absolutely insane. It is. This is real. This isn't funny. I'm scared for my life. I'm never going back in the ocean, ever. Ever. I will never step foot in the ocean or get that close. Ever. Ever. Here we go.
Measuring 120 millimeters in diameter
No
and
way.
weighing just 56 grams, it mimics the appearance and
No,
movement
I
of
do
a real
not. I
jellyfish
think you're a nice.
almost perfectly.
Get out of here.
Its transparent
I love
body
you.
and soft tentacles
Man,
are made
as a
from a
man.
hydrogel electrode material,
Football.
which gives it flexibility.
Hold on, I'm talking. I was trying to prove my manliness. Come on, New England Dirt Roadie. You're not a dorkster. If anybody, I want to be a dorkster. I wish I was a dorkster. But I was too athletic, so I couldn't let those talents go to waste. Did I get paid for doing it? No. So they went to waste anyway? Yeah.
Diameter and weighing just 56 grams, it mimics the appearance and movement of a real jellyfish almost perfectly. Its transparent body and soft tentacles are made from a hydrogel electrode material, which gives it flexibility and a lifelike texture. So how does it move? The robot swims using an electrostatic hydraulic actuator, a system that copies the neural signals controlling muscle movements in jellyfish. Each pulse sends a wave through its body, allowing it to propel forward or hover in place. And it does this at just 28.5 milliwatts of power, less than what a typical LED bulb uses.
That's amazing.
Because of its low power use and near silent operation, it causes almost no disturbance underwater.
Crazy,
That
right?
makes it ideal for covert missions, monitoring fragile coral reefs, or inspecting underwater structures without alarming marine life.
That is just so unfair. It is. Oh, what's this here? Oh, look at this. Nathan Gruber says if you play the Schumann resonance or frequency at the 8.25 gigawatts, 8.25 hertz in your ears for 5 minutes, even if you can't hear it, after you take off your headphones, you'll think you're going mad. Oh, is that the same thing as like wearing a hat all day and then you take it off, but it feels like it's still on your head for an hour? Or wearing a watch all day and then you take it off, but it feels like the watch is still there and you go to adjust it and nothing's there. Or to go sit down on a toilet bowl thinking the lid is down. And it's up! And the water is blue. That's all we got for you tonight, folks. A lot of serious topics gone forever. I do want to say thank you for hanging out tonight. I do appreciate those who made it on a Sunday night. God bless you. Really. No, I mean that. On a Sunday of all nights. And look, if you didn't fix your clocks yet, go take care of that. It's okay. Nobody's going to die in an hour. Anyway. But look, we try to teach. You know, I don't know everything, but the things I think I know, I think you got to know. You know? I'm messing around. I hope you guys have a good rest of your, what's today? Sunday? Shit. I can't believe it's Monday tomorrow. I like the weekends, even though I'm not, you know, like a 9-to-5er anymore. Love the weekends. But we're going to have, this is a good week. We're going to have fun. Yeah. For the next, however long I live, we're going to have a good time. Thank you, moderators, super chatters, newcomers, and veterans. Thank you for making this show enjoyable. I really do appreciate the love. And look, we've got a saying over here. I think you need to know it. If you ain't looking up, you ain't looking out for ufology. You see? Everybody's down in their phones. What is down? Everything's up here, but you're here. Look around. Well, you might miss something. Bish? All right. Alien bless. See, it's not working. I should have went through and it didn't. There we go. Yeah. Thank you, Hellfire Orbital, for the AI goof on intro outro.